have worked so hard in the last year and a half. Thank you for a job well done. Three great causes drove me to enter this race in the first place, primarily. And these are the principal causes that persuaded me to leave the Democratic Party and run as an independent. And now to throw my support to President Trump. The causes were free speech, a war in Ukraine, and the war on our children. I've already described some of my personal experiences and struggles with the government's censorship industrial complex. I want to say a word about the Ukraine war. I can say to all who have worked so hard in the last year and a half, thank you for a job well done. Three great causes drove me to enter this race.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
And I'm D. White.
That first clip we watched was RFK Jr. discussing why he is now supporting Donald Trump. Historical announcement made on Friday of RFK Jr. announcing he is intending to drop off or suspend his campaign, remain on the ballot for blue states only, and also putting his support behind Donald Trump. D. White, what do you think about the announcement?
I think it's a great move for himself because there's no path for him at all to the White House. The DNC made sure that they sued him every chance they got. They ran a sham of a primary, and I think the only way that he could possibly make a change in this country is to join forces with Donald Trump and hopefully get some role in the administration. What about you, Gray?
I see all the Republicans celebrating ever since the RFK endorsement. Group chat was jumping once he endorsed them. I think the only Republican upset about the RFK endorsement is J.D. Vance for job security reasons. But as far as the polls, I haven't seen like a big change. But I know Trump did beat Hillary Clinton with she was up 6.1 with the popular vote. So it's not like they necessarily have it completely in bad. But since the endorsement, it seems like she's leading 7 points. So I don't know if it's translated to them specifically going to Trump, the votes that they were losing. So I don't know what exactly it did. I haven't seen any data that really impacted it. What about you, Nora?
I think this is a repeat of 2016. If y'all remember, there was so much excitement for Hillary Clinton as the first female president and the first female president nominee of a major party. However, I don't believe the polls. I'm telling you what I'm reading on X. I'm telling you what I'm feeling like in conversations with everyone that I'm talking to. The Democratic Party has done so much to rig this at this point that the everyday common voter is now opening their eyes and realizing it. D, what do you think?
I agree 100% in my day-to-day life, and my social media presence, where I read messages and read tweets and posts. There's a lot of people super excited about it. A lot of people who weren't Trump fans are willing to vote for Trump simply because RFK is a part of it. They believe that Bobby Kennedy is maybe the more neutral of all three candidates, and he's more level-headed. And just for him to be a part of it, they're willing to vote for Trump. So I think that Trump doesn't poll well to me because a lot of people are ashamed to say that they're a Trump supporter. I know a guy personally who told his mom that he was a Trump supporter, and they got in a real big argument about it. So people don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. People are scared to lose their job or be seen as a racist somehow because you support Donald Trump.
I know, and shouts out to my mom. My mom is so anti-Trump, her head is going to explode. So I can definitely understand that. Here in this clip, Bobby Kennedy talks about his support for Trump due to election interference.
With each other on other key issues like ending the forever wars, ending the childhood disease epidemics, securing the border, protecting freedom of speech, unraveling the corporate capture of our regulatory agencies, getting the U.S. intelligence agencies out of the business of propagandizing and censoring and surveilling Americans and interfering with our elections. But we are aligned with.
Interfering with our elections. This is big what he's saying, guys. I mean, this is an insider for the Democratic establishment for the past 50 plus years. If you may or may not know, Bobby Kennedy is the son of Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy is the brother to JFK. Robert Kennedy was also the Attorney General when his brother JFK was president. I mean, this is big that he's saying these things. Gray, as a lifelong Democrat, what do you think about what he said?
What most Democrats are saying is that this is a grift. He is trying to see sees this as an opportunity, that he was promised a cabinet position in the Trump administration. And I truly believe that he is doing this for some type of gain. His whole family has came out against him, and he's had supposedly had drama with his wife behind closed doors, all behind this decision. So I think that he is just doing this to gain something. What about you, D?
I completely disagree with you again, Mr. Gray. First off, his whole family is not. It's five people. Five people out of all the Kennedys came out and disagreed with him out of 120 something of them. So, and you got to also remember, a bunch of them also work on his campaign. His niece is one of his campaign managers.
Right. He
So,
had,
so
just so everyone knows, he has 11 brothers and sisters.
yes,
Just his family.
yes, and there's only five of them who came out and who are not supporting him, and that's because most of them work for the Biden administration. So let's clear that up. That misinformation. Um, secondly, Bobby Kennedy is a Kennedy. He was rich way before here. He's a very successful environmental lawyer. He doesn't need this. No, he genuinely cares about America. I believe he cares about the obesity problem. He cares about the
Chronic illness.
autism, the chronic illness, the spike in autism, and our kids. These are things that he care about. You know, this is what he's done his whole life. You know, battle for the little guy. So I don't think that he's in this for financial gain because he's already rich. How much richer is he trying to get? You know, I think that he sees that this is the only way for him to help America, and I think that he's going for it, and I'm glad he did.
And I want to know, the thing is, they're all grifting. So is Cornell West a grifter? Rumor has it, I've been hearing from my sources that Cornell West is going to drop out this race and support Trump as well. Is Jill Stein? Jill Stein is unofficially announcing she's supporting Trump soon. So are all of them grifters? I mean, listen, this next clip talks about how Bobby Kennedy is predicting, and actually he has sources as well, more Democrats are going to be supporting Trump soon.
Campaigning actively. I think President Trump is going to make a series of announcements about other Democrats who are joining his campaign, and I want to make America healthy again, and so does President Trump. So those are objectives. The Wall Street Journal may be worried about shareholder value for pharmaceutical companies. And I think, I talked specifically to President Trump about that issue. And he said that he wanted to leave as his legacy healthy children, and that, that he was unconcerned about the other implications. Campaigning actively,
So, yeah, I mean, more Democrats are coming out. Who do we predict are the Democrats that are to be coming out? Gray, as the Democrat on the call, who do you predict?
The two people you just said, Jill Stein and Cornel West. I do truly believe Trump probably has talked to all of them and said, hey, listen, I can't do the Trump impersonation, but hey, listen, we're going to do something big. Just endorse me and I'll do this, and that for you. So I think that this is a major gamble for Trump, because I wonder if just because someone was supporting that candidate, they're going to now vote for Trump because they endorsed him. Robert Kennedy comes with a lot of baggage. The bear that he killed and skinned, the worm in his brain, he chased all the shark. He has a lot of crazy stories surrounding him. So my question is Robert Kennedy really going to help him, or can this backfire with all the stories that came out about it?
Listen, like I told you on the chat, everybody has a price, okay? So I don't think it's just going to be Jill Stein and Cornel West. And does it help him? Hell yeah, it helps him. his supporters have one or two choices: write in Bobby Kennedy and waste your vote, or vote for Trump. And you know what most of them are saying on X? They voting for Trump. D, what do you
Correct.
think?
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I say, um, people are so against the corruption in the Democratic Party that they've all joined forces to take them down. And this isn't just about revenge. This is about who is best for our country. This is a America First agenda, and like Bobby Kennedy say, a lot of people, the Wall Street government, Wall Street press might be saying that, stay away from him and this and that. But that's only because there's going to be a lot of shareholder value loss in the pharmaceutical industry. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. Listen, we're not allowed to give financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but listen, take what's going on, Bill? Yeah, but take this. The company that make Ozempic short their stock if Trump wins. Short it, short it, short it. You make a ton of money.
Wait, what does that mean? You're saying to buy stock in Ozempic?
No, short their stock. You're gonna bet against it. Bet that the price is gonna go down. The company that make Ozempic, they're worth like $6 billion, some ridiculous amount of money, and that's only solely based on the profits that they expect to make from the American market. They and the country that they made Ozempic in, they don't even recommend it there. They don't recommend it, but so they come to America and they sell it to our obese people here. But all you really need to do to fight obesity is diet and exercise. You don't need a $1,500 a month drug to do that. So I'm telling you, if they win, Bobby Kennedy's already said he's gonna go after that. So short the stock, you make a bunch of money. D White told you that here first. Timestamp this video.
So are you saying to buy it and then sell it? Like, what are you saying?
No, short. This is how you short a stock. You buy. There's these things called calls and puts. I mean, I don't know. We don't really have time to give the whole. If you know what short stocks is, do it. Me and Miss Nora will have a conversation outside of here, and I'll make her a bunch of money.
Yeah, for sure. And jumping on D White's point, where Ozempic can't be used somewhere and they don't, and they make it in that country. That's sort of with TikTok, where with China makes TikTok and they don't use TikTok. But I looked on Robert Kennedy's TikTok comments and I tried to find a lot of RFK people say, "Oh, okay, now I'm going to vote for Trump." When I went through the comments, I saw two people that said, "Oh, I was voting for RFK, now I'm voting for Trump." It was a lot of people that were upset. It was also a lot of people that were excited. So I really couldn't tell who was what on the actual endorsement on his TikTok page.
You guys, breaking news. Trump just formally announced that Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democratic presidential candidate and DNC vice chair, will be joining his campaign to destroy Kamala Harris. So that's the first person. Like, we predicted that privately.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's more great news. I'm telling you, man, with their powers combined, we can stop this foolishness from ruining the republic. We have to protect our country. We don't get a lot of shots at it. When you see evil and you see people who are up to no good, it's our job as Americans to stop it and say something. And I think that's what's genuinely going on right now.
Yeah. So this last clip I got is an interview with RFK Jr. and a podcaster where they talk about how JFK was exposing secret societies.
Will know the source of this. The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free
and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment.
This particular speech is very prophetic. I want to ask you about secrecy and secret societies in the sense of, during the 60s, right, was, You're one of the most powerful and pivotal times as far as leaders working to influence the future of America, right? And it seemed to be, these forces behind the scenes that some people call shadow government, some people call managerial class, right? There's all of these different names for it. But people think about who has the most power. Often people think that it is the president of the United States. So why would he have such a veiled speech in a manner, right, about secrecy and secret orders and secret oaths and secret proceedings, right? What was he alluding to?
Just so that people know, that speech was my uncle, John F. Kennedy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, and, I think he was warning us against the world that we now live in, which is one of his primary interests was keeping the country out of war. And he discovered very quickly into his administration that he was in 62, the opportunity to go to war during the Checkpoint Charlie crisis in Germany. He kept us out of Vietnam. He never sent a combat troop to Vietnam. And a month before he died, to the day, he signed National Security Order 263, ordering all the troops home from Vietnam. 30 days later, he was murdered. And I think it was, he was referring to a group of people who were really robbing us of democracy. Democracy is about transparency because we own the government. The government has no business lying to us. And now it lies, not only lies, but hides things every day. You see it. I mean, we saw congressional hearings this week in which David Morenz, who was the deputy to Anthony Fauci, had emails.
So yeah, I mean, that was like pretty big what they talked about. Dee, what do you think about what they're alleging, that there were secret societies and all of this was being exposed up until his death?
Yeah, they've been talking about secret societies in America for a while now. The Illuminati is just one name they throw out there, the Bilderberg Group, all that kind of stuff. I 100% believe that those things do exist. I mean, there have always been groups of powerful people behind the scenes since forever, in every civilization. So why would America be any different? What about you, Gray?
I think that, once you start saying secret societies, I think you start losing your average voter because they're just thinking about the mills, how much the gas prices are. And I understand, like that's what we talk about in the culture. American culture is like Illuminati. All that stuff is ingrained in music, sports, and everything like that. But I think, on the political side, like if they see Robert F. Kennedy doing these type of things, I think the average voter is going to be kind of like, okay, like, what is this guy really talking about? Especially like evangelical type of voters. What about you, Nora?
The average American uses 1% of their brain. I mean, we have it stupid in this country. So we think secret society, conspiracy theories. Oh my God, that's not possible. But the reality is, since JFK was murdered and assassinated, the government's been lying to us. I mean, whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. I don't believe we went to the moon. I don't believe that one lone guy killed JFK. And Donald Trump has promised that if elected president, this time he's releasing the documents regarding JFK's assassination, and I cannot wait. I think there's I don't believe Saran killed RFK by himself. I believe secret societies or agencies, governments, there's a number, whether it's Russia, the Star people, they killed JFK. I don't believe that one lone guy worked alone. I don't. And if you don't want to believe it, fine. Use 1% of your brain and don't believe it. That's up to you.
I just saw the day that Thomas Crooks, the guy that tried to assassinate Donald Trump, his father just got a superpowered attorney because they're trying to say if the parents knew about it, if they're going to be charged.
You know who knew about it? The offshore accounts in Iran. That's what I'm hearing. Do you think that boy worked alone?
No, man. They say that they got his phone. It got all kind of different encryptions on it, and they can't get in it. So, I mean, this whole thing smells like a cover up to me, and I can't wait till they get to the bottom of it.
They're never going to. We're never going to know the truth because the government lies to you
All the time.
Use 1% of your brain, people, or wake up. I think people are starting to wake up, though. So shouts out to everyone starting to wake up. Thank you for waking up. Thank you for supporting our channel. And I think that this is great that RFK has now decided to endorse Trump. Dee, what's your closing words? Uh-oh, you're muted. We can't hear you.
And half of what you hear. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I say for my closing words is believe what you see and half of what you hear, and always keep your eyes open, man. Stop believing everything, man. It's not always true. They lie to us all the time, just like they told us, COVID didn't come from China. Now it came from China. Just they lie to us, and
Remember, don't wear a mask. You don't need a mask. Oh no, 6 feet. We wear a mask. Wear a mask.
Exactly.
Remember that.
Then Fauci said he doesn't know where 6 feet came from. He has no idea where that came from. He didn't say it.
For sure. I think it's fitting with video for RFK. We talked about conspiracy theories. I want y'all to comment on the video on conspiracy theories that you believe in, or on something you believe that people call a conspiracy theory that you don't feel like is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, please comment, because it's not just me and D White. Gray makes fun of me all the time. He tells me I'm a conspiracy theorist. I know it's not just me. I'm woke. I'm the real woke. I'm not the woke that was like trying to tell you support this fake thing. No, I'm the real woke. I'm awoke into the BS.
I got a question for both of y'all. Is the world flat?
I've been taught that the world is round, and I believe until I get evidence otherwise.
I agree. I mean, listen, now that's crazy, because they got pictures from damn space with the world, but there's people that think we ain't really
they're actually not pictures. They're renderings of what they think it looks like, and that's a fact. There's no picture of Earth from space. Google that. You Google that.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Google it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's flat, Gray?
Of course not.
Do you think that JFK's shooter worked alone?
Yes.
So then why did Jack Ruby immediately assassinate him within the first 24 hours, where we could never ask him questions?
I saw, and this is YouTube, so I can't say, and I can't cite it, but I think it's called infographics. And they did a whole animation on basically on why the guy assassinated him, and they said he was crazy and all these things. So he
was crazy. He was going to and from Russia. He was a Russian operative.
That's not the story that I saw. I saw a totally different story. But we probably can elaborate and definitely make a video for this. I think people will be interested in it.
Okay, last question. Do you think we went to the moon or not?
Yes. I think that's why we could do all the stuff that we could do now.
I don't.
How come we've never been back then, Armante? How come we've never been back?
It's two astronauts lost in space right now.
We've never been back to the moon. You do realize that.
Some country is headed there or something, but think about it. We have satellites. You remember the Boston Marathon bombers where they had that satellite image and you can see those people? And you can easily, all of us, we just go on Google Maps. I'm sure you definitely use it when you click the address and then you
look at the house.
Have we not physically been back to the moon?
Is there like a reason? Is there like a beneficial reason they would go? Is there like
they say that the technology to go to the moon is lost. They say they lost the technology. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense. How do you? Yes.
But with Elon Musk, I mean, this is the first time we've seen like a private company going into space. So I mean, he's hanging out with Trump, so I'm pretty sure he'll get us some answers. He's supposedly supposed to be the person that's going to pick up the two astronauts lost in space. That's what I heard.
True. And not until 2025. Shout out to the two astronauts lost in space. I pray for them daily. My daughter is a space advocate, so I'm definitely interested in that. So I do believe that we have technology that has taken us to space. I believe that's real, but I don't believe we've ever gone to no damn moon. I tell you that.
So what is your reasoning on why they lied? The space race with Russia?
We were in a race with Russia. We were in a Cold War with Russia, and we had to look like the powerful country so we could remain the most powerful country on Earth. It's optics.
I'm definitely interested to see the comments and what people are gonna say about this for sure. But y'all definitely comment on the video and let us know, especially whether we went to the moon. Do you believe we went to the moon?
Do you believe that JFK was truly assassinated by one lone gunman? Do you believe RFK Sr. was assassinated? Well, yeah, assassinated by Saran Saran. Saran Saran has come out, by the way, and spoken and said, I don't remember what happened. Like he thinks something happened in his mind.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before. You talking
Yeah.
about you talking about the RFK
Project
guy?
Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was MK Ultra. Shout out to Candace Owens because she's really woken me up. I don't agree with everything she says, but like I always say about her, she takes you to the clip. You can either choose to jump off. I never jump off, but she gets me to that clip with her.
Yeah, I'm sure this was going to go viral. She'll probably know you by the time we publish this.
All right. Well, always vote.
Always vote. Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.